Swag, bitch.
Get the laugh, but we also see the bonds formed behind the scenes, and it's hard not to fall in love with them just a little bit. Here are some of the most hilarious bloopers and gags waiting on the Thor Ragnarok Blu-ray. Butterfingers. One of Mjolnir's amazing properties is that when Thor wills it back to his hand, it comes straight away, even if the hammer needs to cross nations, galaxies, or Doctor Strange's entire collection of sorcerer artifacts. Mjolnir always comes home.
Sorry.
Unfortunately, Mjolnir's fantastic abilities are one thing, and the properties of Thor Ragnarok's props are another. The Blu-ray's gag reel proves that either someone off camera wasn't very good at throwing, or the cast just isn't very good at catching. This kind of thing is to be expected. By all appearances, Chris Hemsworth has never been able to catch anything anyway. Low blows. Thor Ragnarok included some fantastic leading female characters. Cate Blanchett turned in a fun and utterly vicious portrayal of the lead villain, and Tessa Thompson was funny, believable, and badass as Valkyrie.
He's mine.
And that just makes the number of crotch shots that happen during filming even more fitting, especially since almost all of them come unintentionally from Blanchett, Thompson, or Thompson's stunt double.
I'm good.
Pew pew! You may be familiar with the story that while filming lightsaber duels in the Star Wars prequels, Ewan McGregor had to make an effort not to make his own lightsaber sounds.
To begin with, it was quite difficult not to make the sound.
Yeah.
And also when it goes away, because it makes that nice shh noise when it goes down.
Well, apparently, it's not as uncommon as you'd think. The Ragnarok gag reel shows us a number of shots when Cate Blanchett had to stop because she realized she was making comic book sound effects.
I shouldn't make the noises with my mouth, should I?
No, you can.
Warm up. Not everything on the gag reel is a blooper. Sometimes perfectly reasonable things like warming up between takes just looks funny.
Hey!
They're not playing to the camera or making any funny mistakes. They're just making sure they don't pull a hamstring when they pretend to be super people for a couple of minutes. No harm in that. All fall down. Maybe it's a side effect of the Avengers' escape from Sakaar through the devil's anus. Or maybe director Taika Waititi took the bottomless mug of beer from the Doctor Strange scene and passed it around the cast and crew every day. But for whatever reason, no one in the cast of Thor Ragnarok seemed to be able to stay upright for more than a few seconds at a time.
Forget it. Just, you know what?
What makes their various spills that much funnier is that it never seems like there's anything in particular knocking them down. They don't seem to be in the middle of complicated action sequences, they just fall down. A lot. Avenging Bros. While Chris Hemsworth and Mark Ruffalo don't have the same chemistry going as Iron Man and Hulk did in the Avengers, they've got their own buddy feel in Thor Ragnarok. Though it's definitely more odd couple.
I smashed you.
Yeah, sure.
Baby arms.
What?
Baby.
Moron. Big child.
Thor, go.
I am going.
Almost 2 years before the film's release, Mark Ruffalo compared the Thor-Hulk relationship in Ragnarok to the one between Robert De Niro and Charles Grodin in 1988's Midnight Run. It's a love-hate relationship, but the two still share some hilarious moments in the gag reel.
I thought you were gone forever. I'm glad to see you back.
You're ruining my disguise.
Unique skill. The Grand Master of the comics isn't a particularly fun guy, unless you think fun is to habitually kidnap superheroes to make them fight for your amusement. Regardless, Jeff Goldblum's realization of the character is one of the best reasons to see Ragnarok.
You're officially pardoned from life.
And when he shows up in the gag reel, he definitely leaves an impression, most notably when he demonstrates his real-life superpower.
Watch this.
Dancing Fools. Most of the Marvel gag reels feature bits of the cast breaking into dance while filming, and the reel for Thor Ragnarok is no exception. But while the cast occasionally cut a rug, the fanciest feet on the set undoubtedly belong to director Taika Waititi, who apparently never stops dancing.
A day on the set working with Taika involves hijinks, dancing. Yeah, he's just a big kid.
In the end, all that playtime translated into an incredibly fun movie. So maybe Taika Waititi is onto something.
That is how you make movies.